Hello and welcome to another video on Lucille Williams. I'm really glad you're here. Today, let's have some fun. Let's talk about stupid stuff that Christians say. Okay, first of all, I want to start off with, you know what? Sometimes us Christians can look really weird. I mean, let's face it, we are kind of weird. If you're not a Christian and you see some other Christians in a restaurant and they're praying, I mean, that looks really odd if you don't really understand what's going on. So sometimes we just need to acknowledge that sometimes we look really weird to other people. One of the weirdest things that Christians say, and it's not in the Bible, is God won't give you more than you can handle. That's not true. That's not true. It's not in the Bible anywhere. If you can find it, you leave me a comment, you show me the verse where it says that God won't give you anything more than you can handle, because it's not in there. It does say that He will help us with our burdens. It does say come to Him when we're weary and He will give us rest. But sometimes things can be overwhelming, and that's when we need to give it to God. But it doesn't say He won't give us more than we can handle. And the other thing, when someone's going through like a really hard time, we tend to throw out Romans 8:28. God uses all things together to work for good, to cause good, and all this. Yes, that is true. It's true God will do that. And yes, that verse is there. However, when someone's having a really rough time, throwing that verse at them is not going to help. Like someone gets in a car accident and you're like, hey, Romans 8:28, God's going to use this for good. No, not exactly what they want to hear at that time. Another one of my pet peeves with Christians. You ask someone for some practical advice, and they load you up with all kinds of scriptures. Yeah, well, I could find the scriptures myself too. I just want to know, how do I make this fudge cake? I mean, I don't really need all your scriptures right now. Like, why do we just throw scriptures at people instead of just giving them sound advice? If somebody wants scripture, they'll ask you for scripture. Another one is you're at a funeral and people go around going, oh, they're in a better place. They're in a better place. Okay, yes. Heaven is definitely better than earth, and when we die, we graduate to heaven if we're a Christian, and yay, that's wonderful. But if someone's grieving, that's a horrible thing to say to them. They're in a better place. Well, really, you know what? My heart hurts right now because I just lost my husband, or whoever you just lost. And oh, thank God I haven't lost my husband. He's good. He's kicking. He's in the garage working right now. But to say that at a funeral, to say that when somebody loses someone that they really love, is kind of insensitive at the time. And now all of this is a lead up to, drum roll please. Okay, my favorite. Okay, this actually happened. A guy's going through a divorce because his wife cheated on him, okay? It's someone I know from my church. And his wife totally cheated on him and she left. And someone told him, you need to pursue your wife. What? Are you kidding me? He already pursued her. She's the one that left. She's already in a relationship with another guy. Like, that's a little insensitive. If it was my wife, I would pursue her. You know what? You have no idea what you would do if it was your wife, because it's not your wife and you have no idea. So when people are going through divorces or things are happening, yes, God hates divorce, and we should do everything in our power not to let that happen. But sometimes our spouse leaves us, and there is nothing we can do about that. And to tell those people who are going through divorce, who are having a really tough time because their spouse left, to say, oh, pursue them or do this or do that, that's just really insensitive. So you know what? Stop saying all this stupid stuff. We as Christians need to be grace-filled and offer grace and understanding and listen. That's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Sometimes the best thing to do is just listen. And that is my rant for today. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and don't forget about From Me to We. That's my book. Pick up a copy.